available on VOD right now. The first one is Becky, which is basically it stars Lulu Wilson, Kevin James, and Joe McHale.
I saw a preview for this.
Yeah, and
it looks really good.
It's pretty nuts. It's basically like these neo-Nazis break out of... they're in the middle of a transfer from one prison to the next, and they are able to get loose, and they wreak havoc on a family basically in the woods. It's a secluded house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Some wrong turn type shit?
Kevin James, right? Nazi?
Yeah, Kevin James as a Nazi, which is definitely out in left field for him, and he fucking kills it. He's pretty scary looking. I was really stoked to see him kind of step out of, like the Paul Blart or the
comfort zone.
Or what's the show he was on?
Kings and Queens.
Kings and Queens. Yeah. I feel like he's notorious for that. And
Hitch.
Which one?
Hitch.
He was in that movie Hitch with my buddy Will Smith.
Like that.
But yeah, Becky, and it's the number one film at the drive-ins nationwide right now. So
I heard that, dude. It's at South Bay Drive-In.
Horror movies are hitting hard at the drive-in. They're fucking thriller.
Yeah, it's like a thriller horror movie for sure. It's in the vein of like Green Room. Which is it's funny. It's like it shows like Nazis don't give a fuck like about even like other white people. Like if it's like them or you, like they're gonna take you out regardless. It doesn't matter. Which is pretty wild. But moving on.
Did you see it at the drive-in?
No, I watched it at home on VOD. But they are now that Vic brought it up that he wants to go. They are playing Becky at the our South Bay Drive-In. So if you guys,
I saw that.
I would definitely be down to go see it. I think it's like the how do you say, like a really good concept for a drive-in movie. So we should go check that out if you guys are down.
Yeah, I'm down.
And then my next pick is also a brand new film. It's starring Kevin Bacon and Amanda Seyfried. Is that how you say it? Seyfried?
Siegfried.
Amanda?
That's what it's called.
Yeah. And it's called You Should Have Left.
She's cool.
What is it called?
You should have left. You should have left. It just came out. What's today?
I think I saw a preview for that shit.
I think it came out last.
Me and you watched it, Vic, and we were like, "Oh, this looks fucking cool."
Yeah. Is it like a suspense thriller?
Yeah.
It looks suspensey. Yeah.
It was also done by with David Coep, who did Stir of Echoes, which is an amazing film, also starring Kevin Bacon.
Shit, Kevin Bacon, huh?
Yeah. So they're reuniting. David Coep also did Secret Window, if anybody's a fan out there. So you
the Johnny Depps.
Yeah. Yeah. You Should Have Left. Available right now on VOD. It's part of the you can't watch it at the theater, so watch it at home movement.
Okay.
Check it out if you guys are in for a little thriller.
Nice.
Nice.
And
all right.
You guys ready to dive into V for Vendetta?
Right.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
All right, so this week it's James's pick. He wanted to talk about V for Vendetta. It's rated R. It's from 2005, although it came out in 2006. It's a thriller. It's 2 hours and 13 minutes, and it's got a 73 on Rotten. Well deserved, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Directed by James McTeague. Written by the Wachowskis, starring Natalie Portman, Hugo Weaving, Stephen Rea, John Hurt, Rupert Graves, Sinead Cusack, and Natasha Whitman. The synopsis I wrote for this it goes a little something like this. In an alternate future, 2027, London is ran by a militarized fascist government who are now under siege by a lone vigilante known only as V. After saving a young woman named Evie from a vicious attack, V realizes he has found a vital piece in his revolution. Released March 17th, 2006, and based upon the 1988 DC/Vertigo graphic novel from Alan Moore and David Lloyd. Despite Alan Moore giving the film the cold shoulder, I feel this film in particular is a vast improvement upon the source material because of the Wachowskis were able to stay faithful to the overall story while making it a lot less dense. Serving up top-tier performances meshed with a timeless, politically charged plot, the staying power of this film is undeniable. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Very
I
good.
clap for Wes. I clap for him.
James, so I know this is your pick. I think we all probably love this film, respect this film at the same level, but I want to know what is your personal attachment to this or your earliest memories of this film?
The reason I picked it, I mean, it's a badass movie. But it does resonate a lot with what's going on right now. The first time I remember seeing this movie, I think I bought it. I got the DVD in like a $5 bin at Walmart, something like that. The first time I had seen it, I just bought it randomly, and I thought it looked cool. I put it on, watched it, and I think that was probably 2007, around there. I've been a huge fan of it ever since. I watch this movie anytime it's on, and now that it's on Netflix, I watch it pretty regularly now.
Yeah, it's definitely on my list on Netflix too.
Yeah,
It's on my fucking list for life.
Feeling down by the government. I watched this movie.
I just thought it was such a cool story. Like a guy who was so, he was so down for the cause, for the people, that he was willing to die for, being nameless, basically, and then not doing it for a profit or anything like that, but for the people. And I thought that's a really cool message that should be heard.
Yeah, it's still relevant today.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the words Che Guevara says, you're just killing a man, not the revolution.
Yeah.
You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea.
Yeah, an idea is indestructible.
This movie's crazy to me, dude. I've always liked it. But when I had first heard about it, I was a huge fan of Natalie Portman for the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah.
And then I had heard she was doing a movie. I had just heard the title. I had read the title somewhere, and I saw V for Vendetta. And I thought that was the stupidest fucking title ever.
And you know why? It's because I think they advertised the bald part in the movie, and then they did it for that or something. Yeah,
I didn't.
But that never took me away from like how real a movie could be, or like how cool it could be.
Yeah, that was my first reaction. That was my first reaction to it, and then I actually looked into it, and then when it came out, I saw the trailer at the movie theater, and then I didn't get to see it till after it was released on DVD, and then I bought it, and it was really good. I really liked fucking V's character, and it took me a while to piece together that he's the actual agent from Matrix, or the elf father from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But dude, this movie to me, and I know to a lot of people, have kind of politically and awaken their eyes to conspiracies and how easy it is, or kind of what goes on. Especially if you're like a kid and you're stumbling upon this movie and you see it, you can relate. You can relate it to modern day stuff. And I've only seen stills of the like online stills of the actual graphic novel and stuff, and bits and pieces of it. But from what I saw, it looks completely accurate, like the way they had the film adaptation of it. It looks really good.
To what's going on right now, yes.
Yeah, it's very relevant too,
Yeah, it feels current because the movie I think is in 2015. So that's kind of like 5 years lower than what we expected. But
no, I think it's 2020.
2027.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it. It's 2027.
2027. But still, that still seems like it's like fucking tomorrow, you know?
And it's crazy how they mention like a sickness going through like a nation.
America.
Yeah.
A pandemic.
Yeah.
Because of godlessness. Because of homosexuals. And because of godlessness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the United States was fractured by like a civil war, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fractured, so that affected the whole entire world, and everyone thinks that since America's fighting, they think they're superior because they're not losing money towards itself, and they think that they're going to be the next thing because they're going to have money. But it's not. I don't know.
I was going to say, it's crazy if you listen to what that guy on TV. He's like their version of like an Anderson Cooper or like Alex Jones or whatever. He's like a crazy like England will prevail guy, but he calls America. He's like, those colonizers over there. Well, they're just paying for a tea party that they started or some shit. So I feel like London, they're really a firm believer in London will prevail, and the reason why this is happening to America is because they left.
That fool's name is Petro.
Yeah, Prothero or something like that. But yeah, I feel like he's an exact representation of what the rich English believed during that time.
I think that's their like interpretation of basically like a big loudmouth like Trump. Yeah, like not just like what he does as a president, but how much of a loudmouth he is. Like I feel like this movie is all one unity of what that fool is possibly is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just
he's a force.
Yeah, but go ahead and think about the movie.
I was gonna ask you guys, what is your favorite parts, man?
I'd have to say my favorite part would be the scene where he takes on what is it like I think like the 20 or 15 fingermen or whatever he calls them. Yeah. And he's like, well, first I'm going to kill all of you by the time you decide to reload your bullets. Or like by the time you reload your bullets, it's going to be too late. And he's like, bullets.
And because he gets shot up and he just absorbs all of them and shit. And
then he pulls out the armor from like the old like knight's armor.
It blocks bullets?
Well, it was metal, yeah. Iron. I don't know.
He was shot, but those like that sheet helped absorb like most of the shots, you know.
Yeah, he got shot in his arm and legs and stuff, and like I guess his mask is super hard too.
It's some weird like porcelain that's super hard.
Yeah,
because they try to punch him like early in the film, and it hurt, and it fucks up the guy's hand. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say. Not to jump too far ahead, but my favorite scene was when Natalie Portman's character Evie was found stronger to be before because she was tested by V's simulation process, which I thought was one of the more craziest things to put on film in that fashion, because like he's just basically trying to see if she is fighting for the same team and also and strengthening her in a way. And I also have a saying, but what do you guys have to think about that scene in particular? Like, when he did that to her, do you think it was wrong? Or do you think he actually got through, that he found a process in the human brain to, like, get someone to be stronger than they were before in that process?
I think he was just trying to see if she would break. Because that was the whole thing of, you know, I can't let you go, because he even says it in the beginning. He's like, I can't let you leave. You know what the colors of the walls look like. Anyone who knows what they're doing will be able to find this place.
Yeah, he says, you know it's underground and you know the color of the brick. That's enough for a clever man to figure out.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it was just a way of him like seeing like, oh, like will you tell on me? Like will you rat me out or not? Or are you down with me? Like are you with me?
That's so intense, dude. Like, one man